You guys so much for joining me on Self Reflection Podcast. I'm excited to be here. Today we are going to be talking to DELE. DELE was one of the artists from AfroFEST, and we're going to get to know DELE a little bit more about his music and all the other projects that he's currently working on, has been working on. But before we get into our conversation, DELE, do you mind introducing yourself for people that didn't listen to your previous episode?
Of course. I go by the name DELE. I'm Nigerian. I make Afro beats. I currently live in Oakland, California. I am a nerd on the side. We're going to talk about a whole lot of stuff that I do. Thank you for allowing me to come here.
Yeah, I like how you introduce yourself. Like, I'm a nerd on the side. Like, why do you emphasize on the nerd on the side?
Because a lot of people that know me as DELE don't really know that side of me. So I just like to say on the side because they're more used to the artist, the performer and everything.
Yeah.
So just to not blow their mind too much, like, yo, what are you talking about? Just gotta let them know, okay, yeah, I also, dabble in your typical nerd, computer programming, comic books, whatever, yeah, all of that.
Yeah. Um, when it comes onto your music, what's the creative process like for you?
So it comes in many forms. Typically, you're inspired, you hear something, you see something, you hear a tone, you might hear a beat, or you hear like a punchline somebody drops. Um, that's what it would typically start off with. You have or I've had like very short occasion, like with Jumbolo. So typically, the creative process is like you're inspired from the world. There's sometimes when it comes just from you trying to make something up from your head, and maybe the closest that I've had is hearing a tune in my dream, waking up and trying to repeat it. I didn't get the perfect sound, but I know it came out to a song that a lot of people loved. So it's typically that was between like inspiration from outside and whatever divine stuff exists.
Yeah. And as a musician, right? When you make music, do you look to inspire people or do you look to pass on a message more?
That's a really good question. So it depends on what prompted the music to be created. Sometimes I'm just trying to express myself. Sometimes like I want somebody to know what's going on and I just want to express myself. There are other times where where they say like not really fake it to make it, but like what's the word called? Visualize or materialize. You just want some things to be real and you just say it. And you sing it and do it over and over and it becomes real.
Yeah.
And then the other times where you just like want to hear a song that is, it could be just for you, and maybe you find, like for me, there's specific songs people don't know about. It's not even Afro beats, but the songs are so like I would say left, but like niched in a certain way that the few people that like those songs, those are like my tribe. I know those are, so those are the three things that I use it for: to communicate, say things that I'm, to like project stuff in the future, and to like find my tribe.
I like that because I know music is a portal, right? Like a lot of times we don't see it as that, but I think music is one of the fastest ways that we can like manifest things
Yes.
out of our or into our lives.
It's influence, language, it's rhythm. It's
Yes.
like
Yeah, and it persuade people. So, in the music industry right now, a lot of times people say it puts out a lot of negative, toxic music, right? There's a lot of that type of energy that's being put out there. How are you looking to curate your music so that it changes that vibration, that frequency, or can you even change it?
So, are we talking like Afro beats or like music in general?
Music in general, because I think Afrobeat, when you look at it, it's also diverting now into those frequency as well.
And like just to clarify, like the frequency will be like, is it a killing or like shaking? Yash, which one?
Either way, I think shaking yes is something that's
Cool,
cultural.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, um, I think if maybe the only way that but some of the ways I could see Afro beats maybe going into that lane where, you know, we're actually talking about like shooting people and stuff. Because I understand, I don't know if like most Africans are like that, you know? So maybe it might be like if you're trying to meld like some hard rap or like let's say hip hop with like Afro beats, and then you might go down that lane. It's possible to do that, but at the end of the day, man, on Nigeria, like typically we're just trying to have fun.
Yeah.
Nobody is oh well, come on, no, we don't have time for all of that. So the best thing is that maybe we're just like turning up, or you know, we can be raw sometimes, but when the fire calm down, bah, other side, we're going to the other side. So yeah, I don't think we have to worry about that with Afro beats. And
Yeah.
in my own case, I just keep, just doing what do what I was doing before. I don't know how to I'm not a shoot gun. If I say to my song, I'm just talking.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, let's dive more into your project that you're working on. Digital
Digicomics.
Digicomics.
Yeah.
Yes, Digicomics. Where did that come from as an African boy? Because I feel like that's something that African kids don't really get into.
Yeah. I mean, younger, I was into Naruto, and one of my neighbors, crazy, I can't remember his name, he had given me the first manga that I read, and it was dope. I read Naruto then, and that's when I kind of got into like manga, anime, Japanese cartoons. Then I would, keep up with Naruto with the new seasons of JJK, Solo Leveling, and now I'm just like I just watch anime and occasionally I read manga, like when I can. So Digicomics came out. I was at Meta, and one day, I won't lie, I was like kind of stressed because I was doing a whole lot of work. And then I thought to myself, I was reading Solo Leveling one day, and I got to a page that looked like crazy. I said, well, what if this thing was alive? Like, we go and want to watch anime all the time, but imagine if you could read your comic books in panel and there's like some life to it. You see somebody crying, they're crying. Somebody gets punched, they get punched. So I decided to like test myself. I gave myself like a month to see if I could build the foundational model for it. So I'm a machine learning engineer too on this, but I do that to make money.
Yes.
So I was like, you know what? Let me just go try to see if I can build this foundation model that can convert images to videos. And I did it, and I thought to myself, I would just make a company out of it. So 4 months down, I dropped an MVP, got like a prince of Saudi Arabia. He makes comic book. He has a comic book company. So we were to partner. He had worked in Meta before too, so that's how I met him.
Yeah.
And then from there, now at this point, what we're trying to do is just raise money with like investors. We're talking to 500 to see if we can, come up with some money to just, get to the next level and like market this the way it is.
Yeah.
But the goal is that as a comic book writer, right, you make your comic books, you do your own art yourself. The idea is when people are reading your comic books digitally, they're reading it with more life, with images moving and text with emotionally toned audio. So that's the whole premise.
Oh, wow. I really love that, because it can help.
Thank you.
Let's say some kid was going through like some type of depression, something simple like that, right?
Exactly.
And there's a comic book that talks about depression,
Right.
and the kid is actually like seeing the emotions that they're feeling
Yes.
within that.
Yes,
We
not
just
just
might have
pictures.
one.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
really cool.
Thank you. Very
Yeah.
much.
For any other kids that's listening that might feel this awkwardness because they are, in your words, nerd, or they are awkward or uncomfortable, because I feel a lot of times like that nerdy side of us, because I sometimes I'll consider myself in that way, but that nerdy side of us is a lot of talent that is hidden within us that wants to break out. What advice do you have for that little kid, that little boy or girl that might be like holding all of that in?
To be honest, in my own perspective,
Yeah.
and just from what I've seen, nerds are the one that rule the world.
I agree.
So
I agree.
I'm not saying this to like just push anybody or jack any. It's the fact of the matter.
Yep.
The people that as a man, you make a lot of money. You do that being a smart person. You do that by tapping into your talents or
Yeah.
solving difficult problems. And as a woman, you'll be able to understand and navigate the world better.
Yes.
So, advice: if anybody is bullying you because quote unquote you're a nerd, or if you feel some type of I don't know, shyness from the gifts that you have, don't forget, it's your responsibility to shine your light. The people that are bullying you, they see the stuff that you see, and they don't want you to, and all you just need to do
Yeah.
is don't care. The people that make like the world moves, or the world movers, you can't be copied.
Yeah.
And that uniqueness is where like that nerdiness is. When you're a nerd, you've tapped into something unique, and
Yes.
that's what people is hating. And just embrace it. I promise you, at the end of the day, you're just gonna be your own archetype, your
Yeah.
own character. People are going to select. Yeah, that's my advice for them.
I love that. Look at the Elon Musk, the Jeff Bezos, or the,
Yes, yes,
those are like the
yes.
people we consider nerdy or stuff
Yes.
like that.
And they're doing whatever they want to do. Let's not go too far, but yeah, they're
Yes.
doing whatever they want.
I agree. I agree. I love that. And then when it comes down to like you creating this comic, right? Did your family had to push back on it, or there's like, since you already have your engineering thing, my son is doing good, no problem, no wahala.
I quit Meta to do it. So my parents were like, what are you doing? In my justification, I had to like put my time into it. And also I knew I could always like go back
Yeah.
if it did not work out. So yeah, but I wouldn't really say it was a pushback. My dad just needed to understand, what are you getting yourself into? Just so, excuse me, I had to do a whole lot of like justification for myself too, and him to like, okay, wait, this thing that I'm going into, am I really wasting my time? Is it something that will actually make sense at the end of the day? And to get to the point that I am now, where what from the idea and imagining what it was to it being physical and in reality now, and they can actually see what I was talking about. They're very proud. I'm very proud of myself. I made something amazing. It's just going to sit down there until
It's time.
I guess I get bought by somebody else. But yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I asked that. I didn't even know that, like, your parents kind of had a pushback, because I feel like African parents, right? A lot of times when we step out of like the traditional, like be a doctor, be a lawyer, go to school, be a nurse kind of thing, they often, especially in this country, often have that like worry in their mind, right? Because being creative, being an artist is really not something that,
It's very risky.
yeah, yeah. And a lot of times, like, our African parents see it as you're being stubborn, or like, stuff like
Right.
that. So,
Like starting your business in
yes.
general is a risk that, and if you're gambling something off, with that, it only makes sense for any parent to just be like, hey, I'm just checking and making sure you're good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. For any other young African boy or girl, coming from this perspective, right? Looking to build a career here in the US or any other place other than the motherland, from your experience, what advice do you have for them?
So music, come out, make your music, and tribe up. Tribe up, find the people that feel your music and are gonna be there. You build up with that. Collaborate with people that are around you. You build off their audience, they build off your audience. You guys kind of end up being this family. Well, if relationship stays like that, and you're going to face BS is part of life. The hunger drive that you have in there, keep doing it. One thing that I want to like throw out there, there's something called like a power market. So it means 100%. There's 1% of the people that have all the power, right? Just like the world that we live in. It's possible that, well, it's not possible. The statistics is that most of the artists are not going to be in the 1%. So what do? You make sure that you get sync licensing deals. So make sure you meet people that can put your music on movies and episodes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Go enjoy some performances and do your what's it called, your sound exchange. Make sure you get your radio plays in addition to whatever small money you're getting from Spotify. Over time, when you, I mean, when the world of TikTok and stuff right now, I say just go power through with that. Whatever
Mm.
is popping in the culture at that time, maybe somebody listens to this 5 years from now, 10 years from now, whatever is popping in that culture, just jump with it. If you don't make it to the 1%, just make sure that you at least got some money that you can get. And how do you do that? Sync licensing deals.
Yeah. I love that. For you personally, as we also try to like wrap things around mental health, because our podcast is around that, right? How do you take care of your mental health as an artist?
Yeah, I went to boarding school. Um, so I'm rugged. I won't lie, cause life is not easy.
Yeah.
Life is up and down for everybody, and
Mm.
everybody's going through it. Um, so what I try to do is remember the fact that there's always a good in every bad. So no matter how dark something is, matter of fact, is in the darkest places that you find light.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think about that. I might, indulge sometimes, but the I remember that, hey, everything's gonna work out at the end of the day.
Mm.
I'm just gonna keep my head up and do what I gotta do and control what I can control. Whatever is outside of my control, I let it be. And I just thug it out. And at the end of the day, those things that you thought were actually bad end up being like what you needed. So
Yeah.
it's like you be so mad. Why is this happening to me now? And then like 5 months down, God damn, thank God that happened. Because
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done this and this and this and that. So just remember in the moment it's gonna be better at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I really like your positive outlook. Like I think from the first time I spoke to you on the phone, I'm not sure how we even got connected. And it was a really positive vibe that I felt over the phone. And then getting to meet you, and you have such a chill personality. However, when the music gets on, it's like a whole different personality comes out, which is incredible,
Thank you,
right?
thank you.
Especially in this like work that you do, you have to have that type of like charisma or something like that to turn that switch to bring it back on. How do you turn that on for yourself?
I'm a combination of my mom and my dad. My dad is the chill side, and my mom is like the
Mm-hmm.
so she's always and of course I kind of like loved my dad and always followed, but I like when I was younger, I told you like I did some performances.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow her spirit lives in me. Like when I think about going out there like that, it's like I say, like I conjure the ancestor. She's part of it. She's not past there, but she's part of
Oh
her
yeah.
whatever lineage. And then I think that's what it is because I just get in there. I feel the music. One important thing is I let myself enjoy the moment.
Mm.
Whatever I'm doing, I try to be like 100% in it. So once I'm 100% in it, everybody can 100% in it. It's for like 5 minutes and we're going to be done and go back to our regular life. So why not?
Yeah.
And I also feel like this life is a lot of stuff that like the I don't want to say elites, but for lack of better words, we have responsibilities that we need to do because we have responsibilities that we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
So any little chance that you get to really shake your body and
Mm-hmm.
like be free
Yeah.
and just come, you got one life. Like why? You'll go back there and you be worried about come while we're here, just forget.
Yeah.
Forget, let's shake, yeah, so that's how I get into that mode when I'm there. It's like, okay, yeah, let's turn up.
I love that. Yeah. And as we get close to our conversation here, right, where can our friends and family members find you on social media?
YODELE official. Um, You can follow me on DigiComics too. That's DIGIcomics.net. It's online. Go read your favorite comic books. And it's your DELE anywhere, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, everything. Your DELE and DigiComics. It's a pleasure, yo.
Yeah, thank you. And Yodeli was one of our artists from AfroFest. Yodeli had the whole entire, everybody was moving when the Yodeli hit the stage. So it was amazing. It was fun. Again, AfroFest is
Yeah, that
going to
was a
be
great
back.
event.
Yeah, it's going to be back this year, May 30th. Venue yet to be announced, and also time will be announced. So stay tuned for that. This year, AfroFest is coming back stronger with a little bit more planning, a little bit more time to it. If you also would like to participate in AfroFest as an artist or a vendor, please reach out to me via my Instagram or any other social media platform. We're looking for vendors, we're looking for artists, we're looking for sponsors as well. We're looking for people that just want to be part of it. Also, fashion show as well. If you want to be part of the models in the fashion show, or you want to be a stylist or designer at AfroFest, right? It's heavily on the African heritage. So this year we're looking to do more Afrobeat and deep into the African culture. Again, thank you guys so much for joining me on Self-Reflection Podcast, Yodeli. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
It's so great to talk to you.
It's a pleasure,
There's so much depth in you, and I enjoy that. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing me out here. I've been looking forward to coming here for like 5 years now.
Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you.
This has been great. One last thing for you before you hop out of here. When it comes down to music, what is your favorite thing about it?
Have you ever noticed when there's a difference in the room when music is playing versus when music is not playing?
Mm-hmm.
I just love how it can influence the energy in the room directly. Beats, sounds, and words. That's what I like about the fact that it can just, yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much again for joining us on Self Reflection Podcast. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself, love yourself, be kind, and be gentle with yourself. Until next time, you're listening to Self Reflection Podcast, and this is your girl, Lira. Ta-da!
Push it.